Come Down. That was Abaddons End from their self-titled debut album. I'm Rocker, and you're listening to Max and Kevy on Devil Radio 92.7. Abaddons End is a new central Wisconsin metal band featuring bassist Steve Sugden and drummer Kyle Alt. Formerly, the pair were the rhythm section for a Baraboo-based band called Shaman Spell in the 90s and have reunited to create Abaddons End along with guitarist Josh Cooper and vocalist Caleb Hardy. You can catch Abaddons End at the Keg and Kettle in Lone Rock for Halloween on October 30th. And here in the Devil Radio studio with us on Max and Kevy is bassist and founder Steve Sugden and vocalist Caleb Hardy. Steve, Caleb, welcome to Max Inc. Radio.
Thanks for having us, Rocker.
How's it going?
Pretty good. And, you know, Abaddons End is still a new band. And for those who may be unfamiliar, briefly tell us the backstory of Abaddons End. But before you tell us about the band, I hear there's this really big news. You guys got signed.
Yeah, we signed on with Rock Solid Talent Entertainment this morning. They're a corporate conglomerate with AMG and Sony Music.
Wow. So what does that mean? Is the big album coming? Tour? What does it mean that you get signed?
Well, they're going to be handling a lot of stuff for us now, so a lot of weight gets removed from our shoulders, you know. Right now, we're going to be releasing things as EPs, you know, due to the digital age and stuff like that. We don't really have the attention spans for full-length albums anymore, so we're going to be doing two to three song EPs, you know, just to get it out there. And we're going to, you know, have new sets of artwork coming out every 46 months, and you know, doing a lot of different stuff and just keeping snowballs rolling constantly rather than, you know, stagnation, which is currently our biggest enemy.
Yeah, I'd say. Now, Steve, tell us a little about Abaddons End. You're kind of the founder here. You were in Shaman Spell. How did you get to this point?
Me and the drummer, Kyle, we took some time off. He went with a couple other bands. I took some time off for some years after Shaman Spell, and he said, called me, said, "You're getting divorced. You're moving back down here." He goes, "Let's try it again." And he goes, "I got a guitar player, Josh Cooper, and 4 years ago we put this band together, wrote the music to 14 songs, and waited and hunted for a lead vocalist for 2 years. And we seen some vocalists, and with some good and some bad, and like you remember a couple of the guys,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, they had quite a few different guys. They told me they had 30. I'm pretty sure it's an exaggeration, but they told me they had 33 different guys try out for this spot.
We did.
They had
only a couple cried, though.
Yeah, only a couple. They said he had Joe Palmer from No Regard. I believe they did a couple Sonic Boom shows that they did. They did Dan from Rev X, who was the other guy that you guys mentioned.
Yeah.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, they met me in a Pizza Hut parking lot, and they're like, "Hey, you the guy?"
Pizza Hut, huh?
Yeah, you got this stuff. I'm like, "Okay, let's go, guys." And you know, I met these guys. They're definitely a rough and tough crew. You know, they're just like my brothers. You know. And
yep.
We've grown together, and we've come a long way already in such a short period of time.
Now, Caleb Hardy, you're the voice of Abaddons End, but by day you're a self-study philosopher, husband, clinical psychologist, not to mention the owner of Bad Rabbit Productions. Tell us, who is Caleb Hardy?
Well, you know, I'm actually just kind of a regular guy that's got a lot of ambition.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
I've been studying a lot, you know, just to help improve my life and those around me constantly. Anything I can do, you know, to educate people on, you know, mental health and mental health crisis, and showing people that you're not alone. You know, this day and age is we forget about self-care and mental health on a regular basis, and we all suffer from that.
Now, you recently released Abaddons End, your self-titled first album, and we just heard the single Come Down. Tell us about the album.
Well, there's 14. We have 14 songs, which we're not going to release all at the same time. We'll go 2 or 3 at a time. The album, the three of us, me, Kyle, and Josh, wrote the music. We've had it recorded for quite some time until we found Caleb. And then Caleb came in and we said, "Hey, you ain't got much time, but we need some vocals on these. And he
Just
pulled it
trial
off.
by fire.
He pulled it off. We couldn't believe it.
So the songs are written, but you didn't have the lyrics yet?
No lyrics or melody lines.
But were the tracks already laid down?
Yeah, we had all the music tracks were done.
That's like not the usual way you make an album, huh?
No. I did it all in like 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months.
Yeah.
Wrote the lyrics, wrote the melodies, and
we have our own recording studio up by Wisconsin Dells. So Sundays are our church day, we call it. You know, we all get together and we do what we got to do all day. And we put him in the vocal booth and show us what you got for this song, and he'd sing, and we're like, yeah, that's it. Okay.
Wow.
Record it for good. Final track it right now. And somehow he would do it. I don't know how, because I couldn't have, you know. So he did well, and you're going to hear some more music coming out soon as they get mixed and are ready to go. That, you know, he's going to blow your mind.
We got some real slammers coming out.
Now, you were telling me Matt LaPlante is doing your mixing.
Yeah.
Tell us about Matt and working with Matt.
Well, Matt is a wonderful guy. I actually went to the Madison Media Institute. I decided I wanted to go there when I graduated high school. And I took a tour there when I was 17. It took me 7 years to get there, but I did. And I was the last of the graduating classes that got the diplomas instead of the certificate programs. But yeah, Matt was one of my engineering professors my final semester. He's really influential to me, along with, you know, all the other guys from Madison Media Institute. They taught me a lot. And, you know, that it's been used every bit of the way in this recording process. And then we've sent everything along to Matt to help put on the finishing touches. And he's been the most valuable asset that we've had as a band so far.
Yeah, I can see that. Abaddons End is performing on October 30th at the Keg and Kettle in Lone Rock for their Halloween Spooktacular and Costume Party. Tell us about the show and the venue.
Well, it's a smaller venue, and it's actually my hometown. They support us real well up there, and they been putting on more and more live music, and they've been asking me for a couple years now to come in and play, and we were ready to go and done a few shows, and I said, you want us? And they said, yeah, let's do a Halloween thing. He goes, I hope we can handle having you in here. And I said, we'll scale down the system. We'll be all right. We'll just wear earplugs.
Blow the roof off.
Yeah. Smoke this rolling off the building.
Are you guys playing with anyone at that show?
Actually, no. You can go ahead and tell them what we do.
We're kind of like doing, well, like traditionally I've done other shows with Bad Rabbit Productions where I book other bands and I bring them in. I brought bands like Dark Sun from Rockford, and they've come out to these small hick towns in the middle of nowhere in the center to, you know, kick some grass around, you know. And they've all turned out really well, you know, but it's really interesting every single time we do this to see the type of response that we end up getting, you know, as a heavy metal band is something you just not would expect from a, you know, town with a population of 700 people.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I was down in Brooklyn, Wisconsin, and for our first gig for Iron Plow, we opened up for Vermilion, and I couldn't believe that Vermilion was playing out in the middle of almost nowhere, and wow, now they're heavy. Where can we find Abaddons End online?
We have our Facebook page. It's Abaddons End Band, Facebook. You know, we also have a link tree on there that gives you links and access to our Discord page, our Patreon, our Instagram, DistroKid. We have our music on Spotify, Apple, Music Store, and all the other major streaming platforms.
Perfect. Steve, Caleb, thank you for taking the time to speak with us tonight on Max Inc. Heavy. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having us.
Right now, let's check out a new single from the album. It's called King Friday. Now, does this have anything to do with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? I mean, I can hear the trolley right now.
It does, actually. It wasn't initially my idea. Josh just thought it sounded like royal and regal and made him think of King Friday for some reason. But I'm like, no, I can work with this, you know. So, Mr. Rogers created King Friday as a reason to, kind of help kids not be afraid of Friday the 13th, because it's named King Friday the 13th.
Oh.
So I put a spin on it, King Friday is something to be scared of now.
I can't look at him when we play the song live, so I'm scared.
Nice. Well, let's hear it. This is King Friday, Abaddons End. You're listening to Max and Kevy. I'm Rocker, Devil Radio 92.7.